Exponents and sign fractions. So now I'm evaluating something that has parentheses, negatives on the outside, negatives on the inside, and all those various things. 2 cubed over 3 means I'm going to do 2 times 2 times 2 over just the plain 3. They're not parentheses, so that cubed only goes with the 2. 2 times 2 is 4, 4 times 2 is 8, so 8 over 3 is my answer. Here, this one is a tricky one. Notice the negative is not in the parentheses. When there's a negative all out in front by itself, it means -1. -1 times 5/4 squared. So I'm going to have -1 times 5/4 times 5/4. That negative isn't squared, just the fraction in the parenthesis is. This is going to give me a negative answer since there's only one negative sign. 5 times 5 is 25, and 4 times 4 is 16, because I know 1 times anything stays the same thing. So I'm going to end up with a -25/16 for my answer. And again, if you're checking it with your calculator, punch it in just like it looks. Number 8. This one. The negative is in the parentheses. So it means a -1/5 times a second -1/5. And a negative times a negative makes that a positive. 1 times 1 is 1. 5 times 5 is 25. So I get 1/25 for my answer. By the way, if you circle your answers when you're doing your homework pages, it makes it a lot easier for me to find which one you meant was the right answer. So write neatly so I can read your numbers and circle your answers. This one here, the 4 is by itself on top. The bottom I'm taking 3 cubed. 3 times 3 times 3. So I'm going to have 4 over 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 3 is 27. 4 over 27 is going to be my answer. Number 9. 3 squared over -5 means I have 3 times 3 over -5. End up with 9 over -5. And 9 over -5, when you put your answer in, means you have a -9/5. Positive divided by a negative means the fraction is negative on your answer. This one again, the negative's on the outside. It means -1 times 2/5 cubed. So -1 times 2/5 times 2/5 times 2/5. I've only got one negative, which means my answer is negative. 2 times 2 is 4. 4 times 2 is 8. 5 times 5 is 25. 25 times 5 is 125. So I get -8 over 125.